Good morning, everyone. Aloha. I'm Susan Nudowitz with Let'sFeelExcellent.com, and this morning I'm going to make for you raw applesauce. Apples are in season, and I have Red Delicious, organic Red Delicious here. And Red Delicious is the most nutritious. That's the first thing I want to tell you about. It's just slightly more nutritious than the other apple species. It's got a nice red skin here, which I can eat because it's organic. And what I want you to know about apples is I'm taking out the core. And for some of you, this might seem pretty basic, but if you've ever gone to a Vitamix demonstration, or they probably have some YouTubes, for years and years and years, there's been this controversy of whether or not to eat the cores or not, the core and the seed. And Vitamix will tell you, they're one of the ones that'll tell you, eat the seeds. Seeds are good for you. Well, as we've discussed before, the seeds contain all of the defenses for the plant. So one thing apple seeds have in them is cyanide. And it's not enough to kill you to eat one apple or a couple apple seeds. You have to eat quite a few of them to actually kill you. But these things like cyanide and arsenic, we really don't want, we want to try to avoid them as much as possible because we don't want any poisons. That's the whole point of getting healthy, is to make our systems less irritated. Plus, really, they're saying, just for the sake of convenience, how long is it taking me to cut out these cores? Nothing. And really, you're going to eat that? And that's not going to be irritating to your gut? No, you're not going to be able to digest that. Take it out. So that's something that a lot of people don't know about apples. Another thing I want to tell you about apples that you might not know is they clean the brain. And that is great. So they can actually, there's been research, they can actually prevent Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is really getting to be a normal, not a natural, but a normal thing these days. So I don't know about you, but I don't see the point of getting older if I lose my noggin. So apples are, it's a kind of fruit that's a really good cleaner. I call fruit the scrubbing bubbles. And why do I call the fruit the scrubbing bubbles? Because, everybody's on about the sugar and the acid in fruit, but then they eat a candy bar or something. So the sugar and the acids in fruit, the kind that they are, actually goes in and cleans out whatever you don't need in your body. So it cleans out your brain, cleans out your liver. The kind of acid that apples have is malic acid. So it can actually clean out your liver. Now, I really want to tell you about this, and I know this from personal experience. When we start to get healthy, a lot of us, some of the protocols are radical. Like, if you heard of this gallbladder liver flush, where you take a night of your life and you drink several glasses of Epsom salts, and then you drink this salad dressing, basically, of olive oil and grapefruit juice, and it spasms the gallbladder. It goes, and you're supposed to expel stones all night. Well, that's it's very unpleasant and kind of radical, right? So a lot of people I was afraid to try that for a long time, and I have tried it. Not too much happened. But I'll tell you, eating in-season fruit, as I progress on the high-carb raw fruit diet, that's mostly fruit, and I eat these apples that are in season right now, I will tell you, I'm expelling stones. And I've heard of this. So you just do it naturally. You don't have to do these extreme protocols. And it tastes really good. It tastes delicious. You know, traditionally we cook applesauce, and there's no need for it. This is going to taste great. So what is this? 3 or 4 apples fills a Vitamixer here. And it's going to be so much easier. You know, apples aren't hard to digest, but you know, most people they go, okay, I'm eating an apple, and you see a kid try to struggle with, you know, wrapping their mouth around this and ripping their gums back, trying to get into this. You know, no, just cut it up. It's much better. What else might you not know about apples that are good for you? Well, hey, that's pretty full, so I got 1 apple for later. Yay. Okay. Well, they lower blood sugar and they clean the pancreas. So apples are really good for diabetes. There's been research showing that it can reverse diabetes. Now, I know this is a little defensive topic for people. I'm going to put a little bit of water in my Vitamixer to make it go. Now, if you wanted to put more water, let me diverge here, it would be a smoothie, okay? Less water is going to be your applesauce, and more water is going to be your smoothie. But apples absolutely lower blood sugar, and so does cinnamon. Now, I'm going to put about I like a lot of cinnamon, so a little bit more than a tablespoon of cinnamon is in there. You can put less. And they have shown that it cleans the pancreas, and that's what you want. You want to clean the islets of Langerhans so you can have your own body regulating your own insulin there. And you want to clean the fat out of the blood. So apples do this. It's great. Here we go. How's that? Oh, I did make it a little bit more like a smoothie, but I am going to let it sit for a little while. Didn't get out my bowl either. Okay, so I'm going to let it sit for a while, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I put, a fair bit of cinnamon in it. That's pretty applesauce-y consistency. Because I put a fair bit of cinnamon in it, the cinnamon has the oils, and they get a little bit choky with me. So I know I broke open all the cellulose and all the enzymes are there ready to digest, and I'm going to eat it slowly, and I'm going to let it sit just for a little bit so those oils and the cinnamon can come out, and they can blend with the apples, and they're not so harsh on me. Fruit, getting into cold and flu season, fruit is an excellent expectorant. It's going to cleanse all the mucus, all the dried mucus, all the wet mucus, whatever mucus you have out of your body. And so it's an excellent expectorant. You don't need these sugared, caffeinated, with alcohol cough syrups to do that. In fact, they do more damage than good. All you need is fruit and your cinnamon. And then there were some other things that I wanted to tell you about apples, which is great. Apples, if you're wanting to lose weight, apples help you with the weight control. more than other foods. And one reason is because of the blood sugar thing. And another reason is because of just the way they are. They're just great cleansers, but you don't really like feel them. They're not, you're not like really. I don't really have detox, cleansing, healing crises just from eating an apple. So don't worry that it's going to interrupt your day any more than, this lifestyle is. You're going to have a healing crisis every once in a while, maybe, but they get less and less, and they get easier to deal with. Usually it's just initially. So it's moderate, and it's easier to lose weight if you eat apples. Apples are great for your skin. Your skin is your third kidney. It's the largest organ of elimination. We want it to be eliminating. If you have anything, acne, psoriasis, any kind of skin conditions that are coming out, that is meaning there's toxins in you that are wanting to be cleansed out of the body, and so we don't want to suppress that. We want our skin to be working so we can get that going, and then we can have beautiful glowing skin. Apples are great for your digestion, not only with the liver, but they help both diarrhea and constipation if you're having any of those problems. The pectin is wonderful fiber, so it's a great prebiotic for the gut. And this is going to be a wonderful second breakfast. You don't hear about the juicy fruit apples too often, how great a food they are, but they are wonderful. I love them. So happy we can get some flown in. Big Island has the elevation where we might be able to grow some things like apples, but it's inconsistent, so we have to have them flown in, which is one of the benefits of living in the colder country, the colder climates. You can have more things like this and other great contributors of the rose family, which apples are in the rose family, like apricots and things like that. We can grow plums here pretty good. That's about it. Okay, so that's my raw applesauce, and that's the deal on apples. I hope you enjoy that. I'm going to give a little try here. Come down here. Broke the mouth. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Susan Nudowitz with Let'sFeelExcellent.com. Have an excellent day. Aloha.